Hey everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host, Tom Quee. Gonna say the same stuff that I always say. If you want to support us as the Patreon, patreon.com/battlerepresume. Follow us on Twitter. Get in touch with me as well, battleresume@gmail.com if you want to come on the show. Please subscribe, comment, share. Go back through. There's been like, 120 or so Battle Rap Resume episodes. Way more content on there. So yeah, definitely check that out. Probably something you haven't heard before. Yeah, one of my favourite guests to have on the show. He doesn't battle often, but when he does, it's always good to get him on here to recap so far. Quill, how's it going, man?
You're a sweetheart, ain't you, Tom, eh?
Come on, man. You're a killer, but like you don't battle. Like the last time we spoke, we were recapping the Soul battle, and since then, that was like a year and a half. There's been 2 battles in that space. What is that?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what. It's just with because of what's happened, really, isn't it? So obviously, I haven't been, I've just been stepped back while the scene has kind of gone through this big change. So I'm still here. I've still been. Other than that, I was very active before that. So yeah. It feels good to kind of just chill a bit.
Yeah. And I mean, what has happened really? I mean, you a bit of a Don't Flop loyalist. Is that fair to say? I
think everyone loved Don't Flop.
Oh, yeah.
I was just, I'm still patient with it. I was very patient with it, but now I think they may still do something, but I don't know anymore, man.
It's very unclear, sadly, and maybe someone listening to this in the future, Don't Flop comes back and fucks over all the leagues. It looks unlikely, because there's some crazy shit going down, including Premier Battles, which we'll sort of get to at the end. We're gonna go through the battles that have happened since our last talk, which, as I say, is only 2, Unan and Bobby Rex. But just quickly, very cool to see you on it's Saturday the 14th at Concrete Space. You're on the second match day, right, in London?
Let's go, baby! Quill vs Raptor, the rematch.
Yep.
Yeah, man, let's go. He's gonna obviously want to take my head off, innit? So. Fair
to say you bodied Raptor last time?
Yeah, is there a harsher word for it? Because we'll go for that one if you want. But obviously things have changed since then. So Raptor's amazing. I'm a huge fan of Raptor.
Oh god, yeah.
So it's going to be a good battle, man. It's going to be good. And the format is crazy as well. It's a different format, so it's good. It is a different vibe from what I'm seeing. So it is that does come into play heavily, and it looks fun, man. So we can. It does.
Yeah. It really does. And like obviously, you're a diehard Arsenal fan. Did that play into it? Because I know a lot of battlers are.
What are you bringing that up for?
Well, I just like, does it? Because so many battlers are football fans. Did this appeal to you on that sort of visceral level above anything else?
To be honest with you, prior to it, I didn't really understand how teams are going to work, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I'm watching a battle for one person, not for a team. But now watching after the first episode, I can see how it's playing out, and they're really clever. They executed the first event really well. It's got a good vibe about it, man. So now I can see how it fully works, man. It looks crazy.
So you battled Unan.
There really is no 3G in the sticks. He ain't been battling for a bit. Ain't even seen his face on track like the stick. Now when BBC switched up Top Gear, he was so mad at them. How can they make a new season without James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hamill?
This weird Don't Flop event, this last word event, roundhouse event, people didn't know what the hell Don't Flop was at this point, but you guys come through. It's a sick battle. How did this get arranged?
I think was meant to do it in Leeds the week before in some event, but I think the event fell through, so it got pushed to this one. So. But how did it get arranged? I don't know how me and Unan got arranged though. Other than that, I don't know how our names come together.
I mean, Unan obviously a legend. What were your thoughts on him going into this battle? Were you a fan?
Someone that I have to pay respect to. Someone I've learned from. He's super more experienced than I am. He's been through it all, and have to learn from this guy. And I have learned from this guy being around him. You know what I mean? So. There's times where I was battling and he's headlining all the time. So very experienced, and there's an honour for me to take his head off.
Well, I guess when you battled Zen, for example, he was battling Disaster at 5th birthday.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And I remember this, and obviously I'm talking with him throughout my whole journey and stuff. So you're always learning from people, and hopefully he learns something from me and stuff. But yeah, man, he's someone who's very experienced, been there from the beginning. One of the most experienced battlers probably in Don't Flop. So
definitely
not to be forgotten that plays heavily. You know what I mean? Even a shit Unan is too much for most people. You know what I mean? So.
yeah, that's true. Did you enjoy performing in the Roundhouse? It's a bit of a different environment, isn't it, to normal battle events?
Yeah. So I have performed there before against.
Oh yeah, when you bodied Shorgy Bear.
Oh my days.
That was horrific.
Yeah, but this was a different vibe. Because before was a different vibe. It was like poetry, like kind of different. This was kind of like a don't flop in a small one. So yeah, it's really good, man.
And one of the things, Quill, I've been watching a few battles in the build up to this, and I'm always hit by the character, the confidence that you have. Not a lot of people could pull off kicking off a battle by whistling. Not a lot of people could do that.
Where you don't know if you could do it either, and you just have to squeeze your balls and do it, and then just hope it pays off. In it, it could easily flop, and I look like a dick in it. So
yeah, but it works, and people join in even before you get the reload. And brought him up on speed. His mum brought him up on speed. Like that sort of thing's always going to explode, right?
You hope so. For me, that's one of my it's like just a straight heavy punchline in the first line. So it's kind of, I don't know. After the whistle, you've got to hit them. You can't just whistle and say nothing, can it?
yeah. Because I remember watching this battle when you did that punch, and I was like, it's a good punch. It's kind of, Yunan's mom's on drugs. We've heard it before. Then you do speed like Keanu fucking Reeves, which again, is nice. But above 50 and can't slow down as the close of that section is crazy.
Yeah. So that's the one. I mean, So
some stuff gets slept on sometimes. Like we'll get into the Bobby battle as well. There's a few lines of yours that just get no reaction. I'm a bit like, why? You call him Kaiser Sose, usual suspect being verbal.
Oh yeah. That's always gonna go over though, isn't it? But that's for the YouTube. So
yeah. I mean, is it Verbal Kint, I believe, or he's a sort of alter ego there. So yeah.
Yeah. So his name is Verbal, and I'm talking about him being verbal. Obviously,
yeah. And I mean, again, Tommy went from green to white like the Power Ranger. You're cooking, man. Like it's a really good performance.
Jeez, serve that up, you Sean.
Yeah, this is like, and stuff like white up his nose, burnt the bridges. Like that's what we strive for, isn't it? Well, I say we, but that's what you strive for as a battler. Something so seamless.
Yeah, when it comes together like that, then that's the aim. Yeah.
Some people have said in the comments that maybe you were doing slightly played out angles with Yunnan. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel like my style anyway. I don't draw out angles, so every angle I did is a jab and then gone. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't understand that anyway, and that's what you want. I'm battling Yunnan. I'm not battling someone. I'm battling Yunnan. So. Sure. And plus, I don't feel like I'd pick one angle and ran with it. I picked this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, but just one quick liners,
You mentioned the pyramids, for example. You mentioned Psychosis, which I think is quite a nice, like his movements crooked at events based on which way Psychosis is looking is very good. Crazy Frog reference. Tone had no competition like Crazy Frog in the ring. Yeah. Like, I know we spoke about this before in episodes, but what is the writing process for you? Like, how do you craft these rounds?
I write them individually. So that one I thought of. I had I piece mine together. So I'll think of like separate bars and I'll try and make sense of it, piece it together, and try and also look at how if I put this here, can I make that relevant to that, so then that makes sense with it, and then just try to melt it together, if that makes sense. A big part of it as well is, which it hurts me to do sometimes, but what a lot of people don't do is, a big part is taking away things. People keep things there, so then it doesn't really make sense. But if you're going to be harsh and just take that line away, that fits so much better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And this was a time when Yunnan, as you say, there were some shit Yunnans. Like, obviously, I'm a huge Yunnan fan, but he wasn't as consistent as he was in that sort of post-5th birthday mould. Talking about the dialect battle, the Chris Lease battle, for example. I think he's good here. What did you think altogether of his 2 rounds?
Yeah, it was good. He had the craziest line he had, man, is the best one said against me still, is that Cruella de Vil one. He's like,
oh my god, yeah.
Says, what is it?
The thick skin or skin him, new jacket, made from Quill, but it ain't goose feather padded. Like,
yeah, that's the one. But the way he got Cruella de Vil into that scheme as well, is like it paints the picture. So that was sick.
Yeah,
that was sick. That was his hot bar.
Yeah. See, he was emotional when I'm wearing your heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I thought there was some really good stuff here. A Segway death race with JFK's chauffeur, like, MK Dons against MK Ultra.
But what is that? Yeah, but
I know what you mean. What does it actually mean? But
are they at war? Or are they playing football?
yeah, it's a little bit of a mixed metaphor. And you tap your wrist in the first. He was going a bit too long.
Yeah, I think so. I can't really remember too much, but yeah, probably. I think
he goes a bit longer than. What did you think about him sort of turning on Bagnall at the end of the first?
That was his decision, isn't it? But after building bridges, why are you going to go do that?
Maybe it was for effect. And
you heard what Bagnall thought of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Bagnall nips it in the bud very, very quickly. And a reference I didn't expect to hear from you in the second, Android 18.
Oh my days, that's a fire one, no? That's one of the bad boys.
Yeah. Jem got that.
Yeah, Jem
It's
got
cool
that
to
one.
see Jem at the front, actually. Like, he's the only recognisable guy, but he's just there, just taking it all in.
Jem's a G still.
You know, you mentioned lots of nice Ruby flips as well, which was relevant at the time. Philip and Gary Neville make his brothers fall back. I mean, you know, you must have been very happy with this whole performance, man.
Yeah, man, buzzing, yeah. Very happy, very happy.
A lot of people saying you're arrogant in the comments, but I don't really see it. I just see that as finesse.
I love that, man, because you know what? It's taken me so long to make it look like I'm arrogant. It's great. That's just confidence that you're seeing. And that's not, like, I'm not walking down the street fucking spitting bars at people. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's took me so long to get that comfortable that now I'm pushing the boundaries now. And it's like, if I look arrogant, that's good for me. That's great. That's the level I want to be.
Mm-hmm. And Yunan second is not bad. He did a lot of killer crop stuff. A few flat moments. He just like a twister sort of section that pops at the end, but has a bit of emptiness in the middle. And yeah, you do win. I don't think there's any real doubt there.
Tom, mate, you're killing it today.
No,
mate.
come on, you do, man. I mean, all the comments concur. Like, you know, I think it's a sick performance. And you know, it's a long break before you battled Bobby, which was, you know, January time. So this was like sort of middle of the year beforehand. Like, were there any offers in between? Were you saying no to a lot of leagues or?
Yeah, man, I'm saying no all the time. But yeah, I don't even know how to do anything. Especially with the Premier battles, I didn't want to. Not Premier battles. So all the leagues, to be honest, I didn't want to jump in like I said early on when it's the first thing starting up and that, and it's nice to just take a break from it, innit? And then I guess I jumped in on this Danny's league and getting a bit hungry again now. The scene's in a good place now as well. I'm surprised by what all the leagues are doing. Like, it looks like it might be healthy that this has happened. So we'll see what's happening. But everyone's doing their thing right now. It looks healthy. But we just need to build up the popularity. I think now it's not as popular, but the vibe is there. Everyone's got the vibe again. So that's good.
What comes out my mouth in the game like the golden snitch against Oshua shit. Against Oshua shit. Your drinking's out of control. He said I haven't battled sober. Maybe you should battle alcohol. I mean, I get it. You're the creative type. We don't use guns on opponents like they do. That's a Bruce Wayne move, but after a couple of Grey Goose, I'm ready to scoff quicker than suede shoes.
Was this your first time battling in concrete?
Yeah, man, it was my first time there, man.
Yeah.
I was in the legendary concrete. I've never been there before.
Yeah, and against someone like Bobby, which he was meant to battle Shocks, I should say, and I think it got cancelled for whatever reason. And you know, you say at the start of your first, you know, cut the crap, who's dropped down, who am I headlining against, sort of thing. That is your mode. We've seen that with, you know, clips, etc. But someone like Bobby as an opponent, how did you feel going into this?
Yeah, man, like, rate Bobby highly, innit? To be honest, I was going in it thinking, yeah, he's gonna kill me, innit? So, but yeah, he's one of my favourites. So I'll always watch a Bobby Rex battle. You get me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bobby's killer in this. Like, I think this is one of his best performances. Really, really good. And you know, he does choke, but we'll get to that. He stalls it out. You know, he has.
It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. He has the skill. Like, I choked horribly that day, so I can cast no aspersions at all on Bobby or anyone else. Wouldn't chalk out Q if you were to pot a snooker ball.
Yeah, choked on that one a little bit, didn't I? Stumbled on that one.
How much prep did you have for the battle?
Yeah, 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks exactly.
Mm-hmm. Is that good for you? Do you prefer that?
No, not. Well, sometimes, but like it doesn't benefit you in any way. But sometimes it's just like, cool, I know I have to get it done. Let's just focus from now to the end. You know what I mean? And it's only a 2 week pressure rather than if I confirm one now, like Raptor now, I have 6 weeks. I'm not really gonna write for the first 3 weeks, so you kind of get out of the way anyway. So maybe it puts the pressure on a bit, but you don't really. Maybe if that's a benefit, maybe it puts the pressure on a little bit, but not really.
And it's just, you know, as I'm sure you have, as I'm sure everyone listening, we've watched thousands of battles. You know, we've heard every line before, but there were so many lines from you in this battle that I'm like, that's just really original. Like, why hasn't that been said? What comes out my mouth ends the game, like the golden snitch.
Yeah, it's not a great one, I don't think.
I don't mind it. I know what you mean, but I don't mind it. I think it's quite original.
Yeah, I thought it was good enough to put in there, but it's not great. But the multi is good for OSHA shit and the one that was previous before. And what I like to do as well, once I have a reaction, I like to hit him with another bar as well when they're not expecting it. So it's a nice.
Yeah, yeah. The scuff quicker than suede shoes. Tempers flare up or tie up Bob like a Bellerin haircut. The way you say that as well, there's a slightly Bellerin, like, there's like choke, not a choke, but there's like you sort of tense and it just pops.
Yeah. I was running out of breath with that one for some reason, but it sounds quite sick.
another line, that doesn't really get.
Bellerin needs to cut that shit off, by the way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is comparable to Wenger in some sort of way? Like he needed to go for growth, or?
No, Er's not comparable to Wenger.
Okay.
Or maybe he is. Is he French?
I don't think is. No, I don't think he is. He's not. Maybe. But you mentioned something again that just I was a bit like, has no one seen The Sopranos? When you mentioned got killed by Tony like Christopher when he's holding his nose after the car rolls,
I ain't even seen Sopranos. And
you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Because I thought if you're referencing that deep in season 6, but okay, fair enough.
I'm going ham. That's a sick one as well. If anyone knows that, that's a sick bar.
You talk about him choking, him versus Innuendo. You couldn't tell who was actually choking. It's nice stuff. Tucked in at night, cool as a cucumber. Take those bags from under your eyes. Fire.
Bags in your house.
Yeah, and you talk about his daughter as well. Phoebe, the spitting image like Ursula from Friends, and it's just it's just a crazy one rounder, man. Like it's a really good exhibition. A lot of people
rated than I, Tom.
I think you are. I think because it's the quality. It's the quality. Like you can just come in the game and do something like this, and maybe if you had a few battles beforehand.
They need to give me something.
This is not the RBN Gibbo Quill. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, mate, what's wrong with that?
That was a good Quill. That was a good Quill. But I think this is a better Quill.
I'm joking.
The cool runnings line.
Yeah, cool runnings. Let's go. That is my favourite one of the battle.
I mean, yeah, that was insane. That was
just a setup for it. End of the way, because I'm taking his team, bruv. What's his team? Frankie, Juan, Koj. You all got body with that bar as well. Come for me, innit?
Let's go.
Do your diss tracks, all that. You all got buried with that bar. That wasn't just Bobby. That was all 4 of you. Got Hadouken.
Who would you want to battle most out of that team, other than Bobby, obviously?
Frankie, Juan, Koji. Koji's dead and gone now.
Yeah.
Absolutely finished. You need to go to the mountains and come back fresh because you're gone. Frankie and Juan, either one of them, they're both fucking fire. You know what Frankie's been putting in the work the last year, yeah? Crazy. The amount of pressure he's put on himself, commendable. Man, that's fucking sick. And Juan is sick in it. So both of them are actually good battles. I'd enjoy them.
Yeah. Hopefully we see those matchups in further match days. The slogan comes up. It's a love-hate slogan, isn't it, for a lot of people?
You hate it if you're a hater of me, innit? If you're just normal, it's a fucking sick slogan, mate. Put kettle on. If you're English, put a fucking kettle on, son.
But Bobby flips it, and it's probably the biggest reaction Bobby's gotten yet in a battle, and it's fantastic.
Great flip.
Yeah.
When's he ever made a brew for anyone? Which is true. I don't think he has made me a brew.
The room collapses.
Beverages, but never a brew.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine, but I mean, it's a great round from him as well.
How good is this whistle thing though? I could whistle too. Yeah. That's a little trick I do.
Pick a tune, he'll whistle it, he says. He's just offering up covers now. Talks of sort of punchline similes of metaphors and how the rooms are the same and the crews are the same. And I just love the way he's looking at the whole situation. I think it's very intelligent. Great stuff. He talks about his phone as well and sort of the news he'd seen in the day when he's choking. And he just has that effortless way of writing, doesn't he, Bobby?
Yeah, he's a real performer. I really, like I said, I'll always watch his battles, and I can't say that for everyone. Like he's just someone who's fresh. He's always gonna have. You're gonna watch a battle. If you watch a Bobby battle, you're gonna see something that's fresh in it and not overplayed, and you're not gonna be watching thinking, oh, I hear this all the time. So it's really good. That's what we're missing.
Yeah. He flips some more stuff. Devils led me to the toffees like Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, he's taking the mick out of me, isn't it?
Yeah. He also mentions something I hadn't thought about, but it was kind of opening my third eye, how Code Red all fucking day is actually Crafty. It's just a really weird coincidence.
Code Red all fucking day, though?
No, but he's sort of saying, like, if that was the moniker of the league,
it was
you would be naming yourself
that was funny.
after Crafty, which is just very, I hadn't considered that at all. And, I mean, again, dope performance from you, man. You must have been happy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was, like I said, to be honest, with the short prep for that, and obviously he's meant to battle Shocks, I thought, all right, Bobby's going to take my head off here. I'm prepared for it, but you know what? let's just show up. And no, it went good. I'm happy. And like I said, it's made me a bit hungry again. It was a good atmosphere. I'm hungry again.
So so 2018, you know, what's the best case scenario? How many battles would you have for the rest of the year?
Well, I've got this one with Raptor, so that's number 2. And it's not really confirmed, but it's pretty sure it's going to happen. I'm going to be battling a huge battle for Code Red.
Okay. I mean, let's talk a little about the Raptor battle then, which, as I say, Saturday the 14th of April at Concrete. You'll put the links in the description below. You can obviously pick your tickets up on premierbattles.club, I think it is, and all the links in the description. I'm sure it's going to be sold out. I can't wait.
Everyone get down there and get singing.
Yeah, man.
And learn to whistle. I might bring it back.
Yeah, that could work. That could work on the terraces. Like, what's the plan with Raptor? Is it similar to what you did before? Because obviously he is a completely different battler to that Sunburn stage.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to have fun. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the plan is. I have to be on my toes because obviously he's really good. So hit him with a couple jokes and a couple uppercuts, innit?
The Quill way. It works.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Quick few opinions then on the other matchups. Unan versus Rivers.
Yeah. Rivers has got to battle my ghost. How do you kill a ghost?
Yeah.
Well, Rivers can. Rivers, easy body.
Really?
No, I'm joking. I rate Unan, but Rivers on my team, innit? So, that's a good battle, though, actually. Cool
matchup. Probably wouldn't have happened normally, but in the sort of fixtures of the card, makes a lot of sense. Chris Lees versus Locksmith.
You know, can I just say, Chris Lees has been on fire lately, you know?
Really? Yeah, really.
Damn, son. I like him more now than I did back in the day. So if he keeps that form up, that's good. But Locksmith, are you mad, bruv? We're on the team, bruv. We're holding team talks and everything. So
is that right?
Yeah. Tony rang me. He was like, "Listen, you have to get the win. Yeah, we need the trophies. We're about the trophies." I said, "Don't you support Tottenham?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, no, Locksmith definitely can get the body.
And then we have Knights versus Mandrill, Tally versus P Soldier.
Sick battle. P Soldier's on form as well. I haven't seen Tally battle for a while, so
it's been a while. Yeah, it's been
a while. Maybe you can see what he's going to be like, can I?
That
was my bad telly.
That's good. Well, we knew who it was, man. Matter versus Old English.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a cool one, that one, I think.
Right, you call it. You call that one.
Matter.
You reckon? Just that experience, yeah?
Yeah.
And Old English struggles to speak sometimes, doesn't it?
I mean, Old English is sick. Don't get me wrong. Old English is slept on. And I haven't seen the one battle yet. It's not out yet on the network. But, yeah, I just think Matter's maybe a little bit better altogether, all round. And prefer Matter. Soljitsu versus Zen, finally, Quill.
Damn, son. Yeah, I don't even know how to. I'm not calling none of these. I'm enjoying that. That looks like a sick event, man. Like, they're all just good matchups. I can't even lie. And I'm on loan to get the win for Glory, innit? Don't know where Gem is. Where was Gem? And you're meant to be battling for this team, Gem. I'll come in. Don't worry, fam. You know what I mean?
How does that work? So Gem's the sub.
I'm on loan, G. They're superstar. You get me? They couldn't pay me for a whole season, so they're coming on loan for a W, innit?
I see that. Get down to this event. See Raptor versus Quill, which, I mean, arguably is the headliner. It's not that sort of card. You know, all these matches are incredibly important, but if it had to be ordered, it probably makes sense. You know, this is going to be a sensational battle. Quill, is there, anything you'd like to point anyone's attention to? Have you got any music out or anything like that? Or
me, I'm chill, bro. I'm away from all of this now, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't do nothing, bro. But I'm getting hungry for battling. I don't know, man. No music now. I'm off all this shit, man.
You're on Instagram? That's your only sort of point of contact?
Yeah, just follow me. Just don't even follow me. Don't want none of you following me. I just want you to turn up to this event. I want you to turn up to Premier Battles, and I want you to sing like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they will. And yeah, everyone, I concur. Get down to this event, April 14th, so a little bit in the future.
And come on, Arsenal tonight against AC Milan.
Who knows what's the score? Because this will come out afterwards. What's the score? What's it going to be?
Fuck's sake. Am I allowed to predict my team to lose or no?
Yeah, why not?
Fuck. Arsenal to win 2-1, mate.
Right.
We're gonna lose. Get me on Mastermind.
Oh, you want to get on Mastermind? I'll get you on Mastermind. Yeah. I've got a few episodes set up, but yeah, definitely that would be good. Who would you want to battle? Who'd be a good opponent for you? Yeah, we'll get you
someone who doesn't really know it too well. Like, I remember back in the day, but my memory's shit, so maybe, I don't know.
Right, okay. Yeah, but that...
Archaic. Give me Archaic.
Archaic, yeah. Quill versus Archaic on Mastermind. Okay, yeah.
Or Bagnall. Archaic or Bagnall, let's go.
They're both... Oh, Bagnall fucking knows his stuff, though, man.
Take them both. Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Bagnall, yeah.
All right, well, look out for that in the future. Subscribe to Premier Battles Network. Support us as well if you would like to on Patreon. Leave us a review on iTunes. Get in touch with me, Battle Resume. What's that?
What did you say? It was on what?
Patreon.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar?
No.
Okay, well, it's I'm mocked mercilessly for my promo of it, but it's actually quite a cool service, and it's pretty decent. So thank you to everyone that supports on there as well. If you want to listen to stuff before it goes out, so this interview, for example, will be on Patreon before it goes on that main channel. But Quill, this has been a pleasure, man, as always. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, Maggie.